Hello, everybody. Okay, I see some people jumping on. Hi, Chow. Hi, Dee. Hi, Suzette. What happened to my chat? My chat just went away. Oh, there it is. Nancy Stamps is live. All right. Oh, now I can see everybody. Hi, Dee. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Denise. Hi, Margaret. Hello, Jody. Hey, Stacy. Hello, Christine. Hi, John. Hey, Terry, Bernie, Sandy. Hi, Kayla. Hello, Karen. Hi, Bonnie. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, before we begin, I do want to just clarify. I don't believe I said this yesterday in the video, but I want to clarify the Mega Mystery Boxes from Creative Vision Stamps does not include any foil. It's never included foil because she's not going to be able to know what color foiling you want for the pieces that you're getting, and every box is different. You're never going to get the same box. So just want to verify that because I guess someone said it came with $250 in foil, and it does not say that. And if you have any questions, you can go right on our website, on our Facebook group, and read the Facebook group. Hi, Christine. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Roxanne. It's just basically foilables, and I'm sure there probably will be some stamp sets in there as well. Is Melanie on here yet? There's our Facebook group. Thank you, Stacy. Stacy, I'm just thinking about gelatos now. Like, I want some Ritas. All right, so I put this guy on a piece of Hero Arts kit paper I got. It's like a piece of mulberry paper, but it was like blue and purple and gold. And I frayed out the edges and mounted the fairy on there. So I think that looks pretty, oops, camera's over here, pretty cool. You guys, I get to play with the scan and cut today, and oh my gosh, what a life changer. I mean, seriously. Hi, Laura. Hello, Erica. So I stamped out a whole bunch of images on different colored paper. And these are just scraps I had on my desk. And so you can see I stamped them and it cut them all out beautifully. What I was really surprised at how close it got right up to the line. So I did a couple of the seahorses. Now I stamped the seahorse in on Yupo with archival ink, okay? Because my thought was, well, I'll just put ink on it. Well, don't put alcohol ink on top of alcohol ink. So when I put the alcohol ink on top, it just spread all the colors around and you weren't able to see. So I was just experimenting with different types of inks. But all of the inks pretty much acted the same. So, yeah, I know, Bonnie, I don't like having an offset. So I was just playing with different ink colors on this little guy. He's my little experiment. But what I was able to do was get out my markers, since they were on the desk from yesterday. and I colored them in, and they worked fine. So then, of course, I had to take a piece of Yupo and do my blue background. So here is the blue background with the Yupo, and I sprayed it with alcohol. And, yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. So I can't remember if the piece, I think it went this way, is the way this Yupo paper piece went. So there we go. So I had a lot of fun with that. And then this is just a regular piece of cardstock. Originally what I tried to do was the alcohol ink, what's that called? Alcohol ink lift. I tried to lift the coral off and put them onto this, but it didn't really show up. So I did the coral in different colors and popped up my little, so I just had to mount these on card bases. But I think it came out really cool to be able to cut out all that coral without me having to cut it out. So that was fun. And then this one was just a plain piece of cardstock that I sprayed with like my Tattered Angels Mist, my Distress inks, like anything I had that I could spray it with. I did that. But these three guys were colored in with Yupo paper with markers. This one was one I cut out of yellow paper and I just colored it in with markers. And then here's one I haven't used yet. So I love it. Yeah, it does look 3D. I do. I love how it looks. It looks great. I'm just stepping it up with my, and unfortunately the seahorse and the corals are all from Creative Vision stamps. So I think some of the corals are still on her website if you want to buy the stamps. But the seahorses they're gone. All right. Oh, it's not that I'm a fast learner. It was really easy to use it. You put the mat in, you hit scan, you load the mat, you hit scan, it scans it, it tells you if you like it or not, and then you just hit yes or no, check your settings. That came with a little card, Melanie, I don't know if she laminated or came laminated, but it tells you what settings to put your cardstock on. Now I originally did this yellow one on, I think the blade was on 4 for heavy cardstock, and it didn't cut all the way through, as you can see from all the edges here. So I changed my blade, I think, to like 6, and it cut through the heavy cardstock. Easy peasy, no problem. So I didn't have any issues with it. I thought it was amazing. Oh my gosh, Laura. I didn't even think about the foiling part. Hi, Lee. Hey, Kim. I know, Stacy, but I was just all in the like, let's just do it, you know. All right. So today we want to talk about adhesives. I'm actually going to cut a couple card bases and we can glue some of these things down. Let me do that real quick. Yes, let's do that. How was everybody's day today? Anybody have any news? I'm still waiting for my mink to come from Amazon. Oh, I do have a question. So, how many of you guys ordered the Misty, the Hero Arts Misty from Joann's? I was thinking about this because Stacy and I were talking about this. I want to know who actually got confirmation and were able to pick theirs up, because I think a lot of us ordered it because obviously at that price point, who's going to say no to that? But I have not gotten a confirmation. I got the confirmation email, but I did the pickup, you know, drive-by pickup thing. And I did not get the notice to do drive-by pickup. Now I'm thinking, okay, that probably takes 24 to 48 hours to get the notice. I haven't gotten it yet. And then Stacy and I were talking, and Stacy's got canceled. Like, her order got canceled. So I'm wondering if Joann's made a boo-boo and they weren't supposed to discount it, you know, just like you're not supposed to get Cricut supplies discounted, you know. And I wonder if Hero Arts or Misty saw that and called them out on it. So I want to know when you guys get it, somebody let me know. But I think Joann's made a boo-boo and they weren't supposed to sell it for that price, and now they're going to cancel everybody's orders. Oh, great idea, Richard. Well, mine's open for pickup only. Like, you got to do the drive-by pickup thing. Okay, so Bernie says her Joann's is taking 5 to 6 days. Okay. No, I didn't, Denise. Did you send it through Messenger? Well, they don't charge us, Lee, until we go pick it up. So it's basically like it's on hold. Oh, May 1st release? Oh. So maybe that's what it is, Stacy. Maybe each store is only getting a couple and they sold out quick. Okay, Denise, I'll check. I bought the Spectrum pens for pickup, but the app failed and said it was available in store when they don't carry them in store. Stacy says hers was charged. I think mine was charged too because I paid through PayPal. All right, so I have 4 card bases, and I just did these because I need to glue these down. So we might as well use these as our little experiment pieces while we glue them down. But before we glue them down, I grabbed some foil cardstock. This is the Peacock Foil from Stampin' Up. If you didn't get it, go get it. It's pretty. I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4 by 4. That's what I want to know. I think that's what I think happened. I think they messed up. They weren't supposed to give us a discount. We all jumped on it and ordered it, and now they're like, cancel all the orders. Whoopsie. My desk is a hot mess right now, you guys. I normally put away at the end of the night, like when we do our shows at the end of the night, I kind of clean up the desk and start over again. I didn't clean up the desk from yesterday, so there's all kinds of junk all over the desk. So you're just going to see me pushing stuff around. I think Joanne screwed up. Okay, so here is a tip from Nancy. When using big pieces of cardstock like this, and I kind of did it over here too, try to cut, whoops, not that one. Try to cut in the center if you can, because then you can save this paper, and what you can do is actually use it as a mat. And nobody will ever know that there's die cuts out of the center there. So you can save that paper. So when you're die cutting stuff, try to cut it. I used to be one of those people that would kind of line it up on the edges. But then, you know, I watched all those YouTubers saying cut from the center. So see, I can mat it like that. And nobody will ever know. So just a little tip there. So I try to remember that when I'm die cutting now. So, but I wanted to use this foil paper, but the same kind of thing came to mind, like, oh, I don't really want to waste that foil paper. So I'm going to just real quick grab a center die and cut that center out. So hold on. Because we all hoard the foil paper. Hello, Tracy, darling. How are you doing out there in Pittsburgh? It's rainy and crappy here in Philadelphia. Miss Leah and I did attempt to go do some fishing today. We didn't get anything, and it was all rainy and yucky. I'm going to go like this. So that way I can hog up my foil and still have this. Yeah. All right, let me do this. Another thing I wanted to let you guys know is that I did make the group private. You can still invite your friends, your crafty friends and so on, and we will approve them. I had to make it private because there's some nosy people out there that need to mind their own business. So, I am sticking up for one of our own by making sure that the group is private and that nosy people don't need to be seeing other people's business. So, if you want in, you can be one of our crafty friends. And no drama mamas. Yeah, Bernie, I think there's only one guy working at Hero Arts. I saw that little video. Or it's just like a couple people at a time, but it is very limited staff. You're right. I know, Tracy. Leah she wanted to go get it today. She wanted to get her own. All right, so now I can save this piece for another project. And I have my frame for my card. Oh, and it even stitched it. I didn't even think about it doing that. I don't know if I looked like that or not. Let's see. This might cover it up and we won't see it anyway. Now I kind of have to cut the inside frame. Darn it, that's not what I wanted to do. I got to get my other frames out. Hold, please. I was just thinking, oh, I'll just cut the little frame out. I wasn't thinking about it, putting the little dashes on there, and it doesn't fit. Who needs to call the doctor? Oh, wow, Tracy, that's not good. Okay, get that checked out, hon. All right, I know I have non-stitch dies. Why do I only have stitch dies? Apparently stitch dies were big on my list. I don't have any non-stitched ones. Okay. Well, let's at least pick one that's prettier. How about this one? That'll work. This one's a little smaller. Don't mind me. I'm just talking to myself. Stacy, I would rather deal with 102 degrees than this 30, 40, 50 degrees. Oh, it's going to be a nice day today. We might get to 60. What else did Leah and I do today? Oh, I gave my chart away, you guys. I bartered it away. But you guys tell me if I made a good deal or not. No, it wasn't with Joann's either. So, she may or may not be on here. Tina, are you on here? Obviously, can't get my nails done. So, my nail girl, my nail lady, Tina, who's been doing my nails for like, I don't know, 10 years now or longer. her nail salon is down the street from my house. And after I caught the fish, she had commented like, oh, I want that. And every time I go fishing, she says that. She's like, I'll take them. And a lot of times, you know, I throw the fish back. But she's like, I'll take it. So yesterday when I caught the fish, she was like, oh, I'll take it. And normally, like I said, I throw it back. But I brought the fish home, gutted it, cleaned it out. And I sent her a text and said, you can have it. And she was like, what? I'll pay you for it. That's such a big fish. I was like, nope, don't worry about paying for it. You can have it. Well, she gave me a huge pack of shrimp. When Leah and I love shrimp. So I'm thinking, not only am I getting this huge pack of shrimp, which is probably going to last me like a long time, but also I'm sure that I'll get some couple extra designs on my nails out of it. So to me, win-win situation. All right, we're ready to go with these two for glue. Let me just cut one more. I know I'm talking too much, procrastinating here. I'm sorry. Ooh, I really like this tonic paper, but I think the color's too light. I think we're going to go with the glitter on this one. And I'm just cutting these down to 5 1/4 by 4. Because my little stamping panels are not exactly 5 by 3 3/4. Because again, UFO paper, I had to cut it in half. So I might have to readjust my sizing on here. Yeah, see how much longer this one is? I gotta cut this one down. That's 3 1/2, 5 by 3 1/2. That might look a little funky. We'll fix it. All right, let me frame cut this one too. And I'm pretty sure this is the Crafter's Companion foil paper, I think. And that big stack I got. I mean, their glitter paper. I do like their glitter paper and their foil paper. And you get that big, big hunk and stack of it. So I don't feel like, oh, I'm wasting all my money on 2 pages of foil or glitter. Either one. Christine, I caught a jumbo rainbow trout. It was 25 inches and 6.5 pounds. Laura Ann, I know the old ones were felt. I don't have any of their new ones, so I cannot answer that. But if somebody else can answer. I gave all mine to Leah because they were too hard for me to open. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like navy blue jean. I would say it's like a blue jean. It's not as dark as navy. Like I would say this is more navy. Oh, here's a strip of navy. Oh, it's stuck under the thing there. So this is navy. So it's like I would call it like a medium blue. I keep forgetting the camera's over here. Okay. Let's talk about glue. Okay. So the glue that I use most of the time that you guys see me using is because you guys told me to get it. I think that was Miss Tracy who recommended I get this glue. It's called Art Glitter Glue. She's here, Chow. She just can't talk to us right now. Art Glitter Glue. Actually, she's driving back from her mom. She went to visit her mom, and I think it's like an hour drive or something like that. So she told me she was probably going to be late. So she wanted us to all know. All right, so Art Glitter Glue has nothing to do with glitter. I think that's how they originally advertised it, was that it's a glue that dries clear and it holds onto your glitter. I don't know. I'm not the company that made it. There's a glue booger inside my lid here. I'm trying to get out. But here's what's cool about this glue. It dries super quick. It does dry clear. I like these little 2-ounce bottles. So when I got it, they were doing this limited edition. Money went towards like premature babies. Here we go. Yeah, NICU babies. So I bought that. And then when I went to the stamp show, I bought another 2-ounce because this is like the perfect size for me. And I bought a big bottle of 8-ounce to refill, and you can see I'm about 3/4 away through this, so 8 ounces is going to fill these two guys, you know, 4 times or 2 times each, right? But I like this glue because there's no smell to it. It dries very quickly. It's really strong. It doesn't wrinkle my paper. I can use it for pretty much everything. So that's my go-to glue most of the time, all right? The other squeeze glue that I use, unfortunately, Leah used it all up. Leah, do you have that glue over there, or did we throw it away? Which glue? The Tombow glue. I don't think I have. So I had the Tombow glue, which is, you guys have seen it. It's the white bottle with the green lid on it. Here's another one of their glues. Tombow Mono Liquid Glue Aqua, which is just clear glue. But this glue, you get like a minute to kind of, if you're putting layers on, you get a second to kind of wiggle your layers before you stick it down. Okay, now lately, like I know where my layers should go. This is oozing out already. So Leah was using the Tombow glue and I was using the other glue, but I would say, and the Tombow glue has many uses. You can use that for foiling. It's a 2-way glue. But I would say that if you're just starting out, the Tombow glue is a pretty good glue because you want to have time to kind of wiggle your layers, line them up, make sure everything's straight before you stick it permanently down. The other thing is, you guys have seen so many crafters take their acrylic blocks and kind of put that on there. That's another thing you can do. This glue is oozing out. Must be an air bubble in there. There's an air bubble in there. I can see it. But this glue doesn't smell either. And you can pick up the Tombow glue pretty much anywhere. Now, in terms of they buy dries, clear, and white Tombow glue. The green bottle I call booger glue. It is kind of like booger glue. You're right. This is a really, really old, I think it's a Sizzix block. But you can get a big one from Stampin' Up that's similar to this too. He's snotting everywhere. Hold on. What the heck? Good thing it's clear glue. Oh, now my blade just came off. Nancy cuts her finger on top of everything else. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I might be messy, but I'm very careful. Most days, anyway. Here we go. Hello, Emily! Oh, the inside doesn't matter, just the outside. Okay. June's on a spending freeze. June, don't watch this channel. Just kidding. Awful hangnail. The other glues I have tried, which I'm like, meh, you know. I tried, this is the Nouveau glue. And it worked okay for a little bit. I don't know what happened, but my tip kept getting clogged, so I ended up cutting the tip, and I guess you could keep a needle in there, and so I pretty much just stopped using it altogether. This is like half full. I took the little diamond off so I could store it upside down. I'll just show you guys everything here. This is my little glue drawer. Multi-matte medium I do like, because multi-matte medium, I already have a couple of these out. I use these for my sequins because they dry quickly and you don't see any of that adhesive, especially when it's coming to sequins. So I do like multi-matte medium. This is a really good quality glue too. Like, it holds a lot of stuff really good, but it's not glossy. When it dries, it is matte, like it's called multi-matte medium. Gorilla Glue I have on my desk. This is when I am attaching like really super heavy embellishments. If you're going to be doing mixed media stuff, so I don't use it too often, but if you're going to be doing mixed media stuff, it's nice to have a really strong glue. And this is the one that dries clear. It doesn't dry, white. There is a glue that dries white. It's an expanding glue that dries white. This is the clear glue. Probably what I'll be using to fix my watch if they don't contact me. All right, so that's that. Glossy Accents is kind of the same thing. Like, you can use it as kind of like this super glue. But Glossy Accents, I have the small and the large. I also have... Close to My Heart has the same thing. They call it liquid glass. I don't know why I have so many of these, but I do. Here's another one called 3D Crystal Lacquer. This is basically resin. So when it dries on your project, and I know Chow sent me the Nouveau Crystal Glaze, and I did a little dot of this yesterday. Here we go. And so most of these dry the same way, where they dry clear and they do dome a little bit. So it's really cool to make accents. I've done cards where I've made like sunglasses on the card, and you put this on the lens. If you do car windows, you put it on the car windows. I did a card where it looks like raindrops, and I just put little drops of them. So that's where all of those products come into place. Now, most of them kind of do dry. I used to have an example, kind of yellowy. The Nouveau one did dry clear. The other one that I showed you guys yesterday. Here we go. This one, the Nouveau Crystal Drops, but it cracked. So I'm going to do an experiment between these two and see what the difference is. So stay tuned for a video on that. But supposedly this is a better formula, so we won't have that issue. What else? In terms of glue, these are like the little samples that I got from Hero Arts. I think this is kind of like the same tubing that Gina K and Brutus Monroe are using now. I have not purchased or tried either one of their glues, so I can't compare them. These little tube bottles to me are kind of hard to squeeze. So I don't know if theirs are softer or not, but these guys are pretty tough. This one is open, so I have used it for, and it's kind of like, I mean, you really got to give it some muscle to squeeze that glue out. Yes, a lot of these companies, you can get the fine tip applicators and put them on your glue bottles, and then these are like their little cleaning tools. You put a little needle in there to clean it. You can do that as well. I have somewhere. I had the little glue pen, but now I can't find it. One thing I learned is that glue will always kind of dry out if you don't use it. Unfortunately, it's not one of those things that kind of lasts forever. Except for Glossy Accents. That stuff will last forever. But I find that eventually glue does kind of dry up. So you want to use it while you have it. It's not one of those things you want to hoard. You want to use it while you have it, and then as you start to get low, then buy another one. Because glue does, over time, unfortunately, it does harden. Yep, I'm going to talk about tape runners too. Yeah, that's why I like these bottles. They're just really easy. Now they do, unfortunately, sometimes the tip gets a little glue in there. I always have a needle or tack on my desk, and I just kind of plumb that out, and then it's fine. I have this Tesslar foil glue, which is super old. It's starting to dry up and crack in there, like I said. But this glue is very similar to the Zig two-way glue, very similar to your booger glue, which is the green lidded Tombow. This glue, when you first put it on, it's like regular glue and it will stick. But if you do, we'll actually do a sample of it on here. So this is your blue Zig glue, which is blue, and then it turns from color to clear. The Quickie glue pen is kind of the same way. I think it's the same formula in there. It's just a finer tip. If you tried Deco foil glue, I think it's the same formula. This is all dried up like I said it was. It's so dried up I can't even get the lid off. Here we go. See, this is what happens. It starts to solidify in the bottle, and then you not have a liquid glue no more. You have a sticky, sticky mess. I'm going to see if I can get some of this out. Okay. Where's my little scoopy tool? Scoop, 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 scoop it out, scoop it out. I don't know. I just use this popsicle stick. Anybody else have random plastic popsicle sticks in their desk? I do. I think this was a rub-on stick. Okay, clearly this glue has served its time, and I don't think there's any liquid glue left in here. Okay. Anyway, back in the day, before the glue turned into a gluey mess, that's going in the garbage. It was like two-way glue where it remains kind of tacky, and then you can use it to stick foil on it. Here's one from Close to My Heart, also the same Zig formula. It's just a thicker, broad tip. So all of those kinds of glues are nice because they remain tacky for a few minutes, and then you can use it as like a repositionable glue, and then it's not permanent. I also have the Scotch, basically multi-purpose gel glue. It's supposed to be like super glue. This stuff is really not that good. I've used it to try to fix a couple things, and I just don't think it's very good. That E6000 glue, or whatever that's called, that stuff's pretty good. I think it's silicone, isn't it? Somewhere I got a goob of that. I think that's actually upstairs in the kitchen because we use that for like household repairs. I have this Scotch permanent tacky glue. This is just like regular white glue. So this works okay. And then I have the Eileen's quick dry tacky glue. Kind of same thing. Notice these are kind of like in little small sample bottles. I don't know if these are open or not yet. This one. Maybe, maybe not. So, I mean, there's all kinds of glue out there. What you want to be careful of is when you are gluing paper, you want to buy a couple of things. First of all, you want to make sure that it's acid-free glue, okay? Acid-free is very important because you don't want your projects to yellow, and over time, you guys have seen old scrapbooks where they kind of disintegrate and turn yellow. The second thing is you want to make sure it's designed for paper, that it's not going to wrinkle your paper, because there are a lot of companies out there that sell glue and it actually ends up wrinkling your paper. So I would say either the Tombow Glue or the Art Glitter Glue, or both, are a good start for people that are new. I don't really recommend glue stick. Glue stick just doesn't hold as well. This is a fine tip glue pen from Stampin' Up. It's nice because it does have that fine tip if you're doing small die cuts and things like that. But again, made for paper, not made for applying any kind of embellishments. And we're going to talk about embellishments and heavier stuff here in just a second. Hi, Sheer Bear. You're fine. Yeah, E6000 does take a long time. Yeah, heavy, medium, multi stuff. Yes, correct. So these glues are just about tacky. We'll give them another second. I want to talk about tape runners real quick. So the tape runner I use, and there's a lot out there. There's a lot of companies that sell tape runners. Tape runners are nice because you can just grab them and go, right? Here's the problem with tape runners. Maybe it's just me. I always feel like I'm filling the tape runner. Okay, so especially when I was doing scrapbooking, tape runners to me are nice because it's no glue, it's no mess, it's instant dry. But when you get tape runner, it just, you know, it makes it real simple and easy. So you'll see here, you just take it, put your glue down. It's basically tape without the adhesive, the release paper stays inside. Okay, so that sometimes happens where you're like, come on, it doesn't stick to your surface. So for instance, I'm sticking this down on glitter stock. You know, a lot of tape runners will not stick to glitter stock. You have to use an actual glue to stick it down. Okay. The tape runner that I do recommend, there's two that I would recommend if you're going to have tape runner. Take all of these off the table. There's only two that I'm going to leave on the table, okay? And it's because of their purposes. One is this Tombow Extreme. This is super tacky permanent adhesive. So if you are in a crunch and you're making cards and things like that, or you're sticking to, like we said, glitter or foil stock, this stuff is great, okay? So something like this that's like a fine border like this, I don't know that I would use a tape runner unless it's going to fit across there, because if that glue ends up oozing out the side, now you have, you know, you have adhesive everywhere. So you want to keep this on the inside. The trick to this tape runner is when you get down to the bottom where you want to release, you have to flick it. Flick it to the left or the right. This is already super strong. It does not want to stick to the thing. So you pull it down and then you flick it to the right to release it. But this tape runner is super, super strong for a tape runner. Once it goes down, believe me, you're not going to be able to get it up. You're going to rip your paper to get it up. So know where you're going with this before you commit. Like, you better be ready to go, okay? So I do recommend that, okay? The other one I recommend is the opposite. Oh, let me grab the refill for that. Hold on. Do I not have any refills? Okay, so this is the one I first started out with scrapbooking, and I love it, but this is called the Herma Dotto refill. I don't know if they still make this or not, but they make one that is permanent and one that is removable, okay? I like the removable one because the removable one is, all right, you know, I'm thinking like I'm making an, and it's just this little dots of glue. Can you see that? It's a little dots of glue, and I'm thinking, okay, do I want this on here? Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. It's exactly what it's called, which is removable. There's no commitment to it, okay? So it gives you some time to play with it, and then you can either decide to glue over it, or if you need to remove it, you can just erase it with your finger, or you can erase it with an adhesive remover. And we're going to talk about adhesive remover too. I have a couple of those things too. So I can erase that. This is great when you're doing stenciling. You can use this as a little tack glue to do stenciling. If you're doing ink blending, if you just want to hold your paper to your desk while you're working on something. So let's say I was working on these Yupo papers and I didn't want them to move, or I'm heat embossing something. I can put a little tack of that on there. Oops. Well, don't stick it to a nonstick mat, but I can work on my project without having to worry about it really moving around, and then I can just remove the glue. It just comes right off if I need to remove it, okay? And then, like I said, they do have a permanent version as well. I don't really use the permanent anymore. These things do open up. Now, the downfall to these things is a lot of times they get tangled up in here, and you have to take it apart and kind of unwind it. It's like fishing line. You got to take it apart, unwind it, and refix it. So that's another downfall of using tape. But all of these tapes are like all over the place. So, you know, Stampin' Up, Tombow, Thermoweb. There's a lot of different companies. There's Elmer's, there's Scotch. Glue dots. Glue dots are very handy. Okay, you can buy glue dots in a dispenser. You can buy glue dots in a box. You can buy glue dots on sheets. You want to make sure you buy good quality of glue dots, because I have a pack of glue dots that came on a roll, and they are like, depending on what you're going to use it for, each one is individual and not on, I can't explain it. It's not on a release sheet, okay? So you literally have to pick each one off. It was just a pain in the ass. So, I do like the Glue Dots brand. Glue Dots. They come in rolls. They come in these little packs. And they have different sizes, and they have different strengths. So, like, this one says Vellum. Okay, basically the Vellum one is just a full sheet of adhesive. If you're going to be gluing down adhesive, I mean Vellum, there's an art to gluing Vellum. Your best thing to do with Vellum is to either use brads or put a die or some kind of focal image on top of your Vellum and put the glue behind that. I don't know that there's any kind of actual adhesive that hides behind Vellum. You're always going to see it. Or just put little dots in the corners. This one's called Memory Book, so this one's a little bit thicker. These are the tiny ones. Obviously, I just used all of these, so these are called Glue Dot Minis, but they're really, really little, so great for putting on buttons or sequins or something tiny. Flowers, things like that. And then they sell a really thick one, and it's called Dimensional Glue Dots. Let me see if I have that one. And they're basically big goobers of glue. So they're great if you're going to be putting heavier embellishments on. Let's see. Okay, here they are. Pop-up glue dots. And you can just see that these guys are really thick. Do you see that? How much height they have? There you go. So, lots of different glue dots out there. I like using glue dots for embellishments. Okay, not so much for sticking down like pictures or focal images or stamped images. Of course, we have foam adhesive. So we have all kinds of different brands of foam adhesive. Here's one from Scotch, which is kind of interesting because it actually is like foam, and it goes really flat when you go to mail it, but it's a really light, fluffy material that gives you some adhesion, some dimension, but it's not heavy. I have 3D foam squares. I have Recollections. Of course, I have Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. So you have all of those as well if you want to raise up your images. I put Stampin' Up! Dimensionals behind my little seahorses here. So they're raised up a little bit off the panel, but they're not raised up so much that it's kind of obnoxious and looks like it's sticking out too much. You have to be wary of that when you are making cards and mailing them to people, because if they're too thick, you're going to pay extra on postage. There's foam tape. And by the way, for foam tape, I wanted to show you guys, this is something pretty cool. Foam tape comes in different colors, and I don't know if you guys were aware of that or not. So, you know, we have our Scotch brand foam tape, which I think most of us use. Here's a generic brand of foam tape. Here is black foam tape. Okay, and here is clear foam tape. So it gives you some dimension, but you can see the price on that for a little bitty roll. I don't know if it's worth it or not. Okay, but again, you want to make sure that you are using something that is acid free, and that's very careful, because if you use something like that's a household item, you know, like what's the foam tape that the tape that comes when you're doing the plastic around your windows? I guarantee that's not acid free. It will disintegrate and turn yellow on your project. Okay, so just be careful. Okay, so like I said, you get what you pay for. So there are cheaper brands out there. I would try to stick to brands that I know are acid free and safe for paper. That's what they're designed for. Just because it's cheaper and it looks the same doesn't mean it's the same quality. We were talking about, somebody said about tear tape. There's all kinds of paper double-sided adhesive. So this is like tear tape. So you put this down where you want it on your project. Let's do another one of these. Okay, so a little cleaner than using glue. A lot of people prefer tape over glue. It's just personal preference. It's not that anyone is better than the other. And then all you have to do is just kind of peel up that lining. Tear tape is great if you want to do also foiling and glitter with it. In fact, this is my little glue piece here. We'll put this on here too. Ah, Nance, you moron. Did you see what I did? Stuck it right on top of that tape. Okay. So there, now we have that stuck down with the tape. And I can cut off my little extra bits here. Okay, so that's glued down. So that's what tear tape is. It's just adhesive, but it's on a paper. You can peel it off. It's nice if you're going to be doing like card making classes and you have your panels and everything ready to go, die cuts, and you put this tear tape on the back and all they have to do is just peel the tape and stick it together. It just makes it easier when you're doing that. Score tape comes in many different sizes. Score tape I love because you can put it behind die cuts and it's super strong. Many different companies market score tape. It's also called Sook Wang tape, Elizabeth Craft Designs tape, Be Creative tape, but it's all the same company. So you can get this in so many different sizes. This tape is super strong, okay? I like using this tape on ribbon, okay? So here you can see how thin this is. This is 1/8 of an inch. I think this is 1/4. This is, I think, an inch and a half maybe. And then you get the big 4-inch rolls, okay? But this is great. What I like to do with this is, like I said, the thinner rolls I like to put behind my ribbon because glue never wants to stick to ribbon or it seeps out. So I like this tape for ribbon. I like the thicker tape to put behind my die cuts. So I take a whole strip of this, especially when you're doing a die cut like, where's that pretty foil paper we just had? Again, messy desk syndrome here. Can't find anything I just had. Okay, let's say I wanted to die cut Mom out of here, right? With the dies we used the other day. I can take a piece of this Elizabeth Craft Designs tape, Sook Wang tape, whatever. It's super sticky. Super strong. Put that behind my decorative paper. And the extra pieces like this, you can just stick on the outside of your roll and reuse it. Because that's still big enough to put behind something. But now I can go ahead and die cut Mom. And when my letters pop off, I'm going to show ya. Gonna show ya. It's okay, crafting queen. We understand. All right. So now Mom is die cut out of there, but it's a sticker now. So I don't have to run it through my Xyron machine. You know, we were talking about the boogies we get with the Xyron machine. Now I don't have to worry about running that through there. Now my letters are already adhesive backed. So all I got to do is peel them off and stick them down to the card I want. And now this has adhesive on it, so if I wanted to do an inlay card, this is already ready to go. Okay, so I like the Sukwang or the Be Creative or Elizabeth Craft Design tape. It's all the same company. It works great. Super strong tape. Okay, speaking of die cutting, we have other companies that also do die cutting, make it easier for us. And that's these guys here. We have the sheets. So Stick It tape is fairly new to the market, but it's nice because it's a very light adhesive, perfect for die cuts and things like that. But it doesn't permanent adhere until you burnish it, okay? And then, of course, we have sheets of the scrapbook.com adhesive and Elizabeth Craft design Sukwang tape. This is just full 8.5 by 11 sheets. So if you want to die cut or you want to do the glitter, I've shown you guys before where you can do a stamped image and you want to put glitter all over it. This is what's nice is you can use this double-sided tape for that. So different sizes of adhesive. Xyron has a couple of different Xyron tape running systems. I'm going to tell you guys a funny story here. Okay, so I may have told this story before. All right, so we have Big Mama here. So they have this little guy, which is just a tape runner. You pull, let me show this one first so let me clean some room off here. I'm sorry, I'm not catching up with the chat here. What are you guys talking about? Where's my needle at? Whose craft room is a gold mine? Oh, mine? It's really not, though, because I reuse stuff that I've had for years and years and years and years. And then I buy a couple of new things and play with them. And a lot of times what you guys don't see is I give away some stuff. Yeah, I hoard some stuff, but I like give away a lot of stuff to my friends and things. My kids, my stepkids. Where is my needle? Leah, can you get me a new needle? Lost my needle. Oh, I found it. My friend Kim has a tiny little room in her house upstairs, and she has it jam-packed with so many crafting supplies, and when I go there, I'm in awe. Like, every time I look around the room, I see some new way she has stuff stored. She used to have her dies stuck on the ceiling. Like, she had the what do you call those? The vent magnet things on the ceiling, and had her dies on the ceiling. I was like, that is so cool. But every time I go in her room, and her husband does a lot of woodworking, so he makes her all these cool like shelves and, you know, like ink pad holders and things like that. Oh, I didn't want to do glue on this one. Ignore the glue. So this is the little Xyron 2-inch tape runner. I don't know if they still sell this, but you just pull down on it, and now it has adhesive on it, and then you stick it where you want it. That. Okay, and then you guys saw me use the little Xyron Create a Sticker Maker. I'm sure they have newer, updated, not 20-year-old versions of these like mine. I said versions, not virgins. So I want to tell you the story about Big Mama here. Okay, so Big Mama, I don't know if you guys can see her. Hold on. So this little door comes open, and this is the older one. I know they have newer ones, okay? And then this pops open, and when you pop this open, you can pull out this cartridge. And you can do this cartridge, and it has temporary adhesive, permanent adhesive, magnet back, so you can laminate something and make it a magnet on the back side. It has laminating, like cold lamination. So anyway, when I first started scrapbooking, remember I told you guys, ex-husband, number one, got me involved in scrapbooking, right? So for Christmas, one year, he was big on buying me all the stuff I needed to start my scrapbooking. So like, I got gift card to Michael's, AC Moore. Well, I really wanted this, okay? And this thing was, I want to say $50 when it first came out, okay? This one's like really, really old. So one year we got into a fight, all right? And I knew, well, I kind of knew that I was getting, like right before Christmas, I kind of knew some of the stuff I was getting. So I knew that there was like crafting supplies in there. I think that was the year I think my dad got me the Big Kick machine, and Jim got me this. Well, we got into an argument. I don't even know what the argument was. But he throws this Christmas box at me, and I think it was wrapped even, and he smashes it, like steps on it, smashes it, okay? And I'm just like, wow, like you're going to go destroying Christmas presents? Really? Well, I ended up like having to clean up the mess, open the box, and it's one of these, and it is broken. Like a billion pieces broken. I mean, he killed it, right? I was really upset, you guys. I was just like, you know, you're a real jerk. Like, you know I wanted that and you broke it. So anyway, Christmas comes around and I open one. And it's this one. I'm like, did you buy me another one? He goes, no. When I bought it, it was like buy one, get one half off, or buy one, whatever it was. And so he was going to sell the second one on eBay. So he said the look on my face when he smashed it was totally worth it, because he knew he had a second one in the closet. Like, what a jerk. But I really don't use this too much anymore. So how this works is, I don't even know why I have this out. I must have been gluing something. Oh, you know what this is good for? Vellum. Because you don't see, because it's full adhesive, so you don't see the backside. But basically what you do is, yeah, exactly. Man. Right, exactly. You roll this through. This is why we're not married anymore. You turn the little handle and you roll it through, and then the adhesive comes out on the back side here, and then there's a little slicer on the back here. Okay, so you push down on the little slicer and you cut. Okay, and then squeaky chair. You pull the top part off. And then this is all the leftover adhesive. This goes in the garbage. You do not reuse it. And then your panel is now ready to be glued. Okay, so this does work well with vellum because since it's full adhesive, no one's going to know that. I'm just trying to find something to stick this to. No one's going to know that you have adhesive back there. So if you're going to glue vellum, that does come in handy for vellum because you cannot see that adhesive and it's stuck on there and it's not going to come off. But I haven't used that thing for ages. I don't know why I pulled it out of the closet the other day. There was something that I needed to glue and I needed that for it. Red tape, you guys have seen me use. I like red tape when I'm doing fabric. Red tape is super strong. Again, for for embellishments. Comes in different sizes. I like using this on when I'm doing my mermaid fabric cards. It holds a little bit stronger. So that's what I use that for. Talked about my little glue gun. There's a big ATG gun out there. People use that. Let's talk about glue removers real quick. I put all my glue back in their little buckets. Go back to your home. In the movie. Okay. Get in there. Oh, that's because that one wasn't in there. That one was over here. Oh, here's another quick tip. If you have a glue that's really hard to come out of the bottle or it's at the end of its glue lifestyle and you know we always want to get every drop of glue out of there, find a little cup or a jar. Little yogurt jars, those little wee yogurt jars are great for this. You just put the glue in there upside down, okay? That way you don't have to worry about it squirting out, oozing all over the desk, and it's ready to go. So I have basically 3 things that I use to remove adhesive. Okay. The first thing is a glue eraser. Now there is a big name brand company that sells these. I don't know what it is. And then there are generic ones out there. They're the same thing. All this is a piece of rubber. So when you put your adhesive down, and you don't like where it's at, I am going to use the removable just for example here. Okay, you take your little glue eraser and you just erase it right off, okay? Now it gets a little old and grimy. When that happens, you just take scissors and you cut off wherever that portion is. So you can see this one, this thing is really old, you guys. Like this is a brand new one. I don't have a reason to switch to the new one yet. In fact, I'm going to put this in the giveaway pile. Hey, Leah, put this in the giveaway box. Somebody's going to get a glue eraser.
Which one is the giveaway box?
Right there in front of you with all that stuff in it.
Oh, this one?
Thank you. Yep, see, so I'm going to give that to someone because I've honestly had this guy for years and years and years and I don't need to replace him. Okay. The other one is Undo. Now, Undo is a specialty product. This is designed for basically scrapbookers because it is acid-free and photo-safe. But what it does is if you get adhesive on your, basically like your pictures or your photo paper, your Yupo paper, it very gently removes that adhesive for you without altering the color of your product behind there. So it's great. It is a liquid. It's kind of like an oil. Almost like a baby oil, but it's some kind of something that used on photos, scrapbooks, paper, glass, plastic walls, most clothing, finished leather and vinyl, upholstery, carpet, wood, furniture, metal, and more. So removes price tags, kid stickers, bumper stickers, invisible tape, masking tape, duct tape, self-sticking labels, and more. So it is some kind of chemical and it dries very quickly, but your paper, like it doesn't leave a residue is what I want to say. So this is great for us scrapbookers. It says it is flammable. And then this, I have very, very little left of it. This is Goo Gone. The only time I really use Goo Gone, guys, is when I am gluing something and I get glue on my fingers or glue somewhere it really doesn't belong, not on my paper projects because this is very oily and this does leave a residue. So anything like cleaning up wise, like if I'm cleaning my craft mat up and there's glue on there, that's when I would use this. But the undo I save for my paper products, if that makes sense. Yes, Patty's right. Clean your scissors with this. Yes. And your stamping blocks. You can use this too. Your acrylic blocks. If your glue eraser doesn't work well, Kim, trim off the yucky sides of it. So any of those corners you have that in there, cut that off. Cut those boogers off of there. Yeah, when you're cutting sticky foam like Richard says, yeah. Sometimes we cut die cuts. I mean, our scissors go through a lot, so this is a good idea. And like I said, cleaning your acrylic blocks with it, it's pretty good. Yep. Okay, I wanted to show you guys, this is where I put the little glue lines and let me grab a little piece of scrap foil. Here's one. Okay, so on here, I just used the Zig two-way pen, the Sakura pen, the fat Zig brush glue, and then here's a piece of tape, the tear and tape. And this has been drying for a while. So you can see how the foil sticks right to that. My little Sakura pen dried too fast, but that's what I mean by two-way glue, is that it remains tacky until you use it. So that's what's nice about the Tombow glue, the Zig two-way glue. And I just wanted to show that you could use foil with tear and tape. Tear and tape is great when you want to make striped backgrounds. Use that tear and tape and you can do glitter or you can do foil, whatever you want to do with that. Okay. One thing I bought, but I haven't opened yet, and I really don't want to open it yet, guys, is this Decoupage 3D Collall glue. I got this from Craft Stash, I believe. Oh, maybe I did open it. I might have opened it, okay? But basically, oh yeah, I did open it. It's a 3D glue. It's like silicone. And what you're supposed to do with this is you're supposed to take this little plunging system here and you put the tip inside there and you fill it up with just a little bit of glue. You don't want to use too much. And then you quickly want to make sure there is no air. That's why it came with this little toothpaste squeezy thingy. Because if you get air in here, remember how I said, unfortunately, the nature of glue is that glue is going to dry. You know, it's the same thing with that E6000 glue and what you just saw on my thing. Is this glue, if there is an air bubble that gets in here, it's going to dry out inside the package, like you just saw my Tesslar glue do. Okay, so you want to take this little plunger, take out what you need, and then if you want to do layered cards and decoupage cards, which is very like 3D looking, like you just do your glue on there and it pops it up as it dries, which is kind of cool. So I think I used it one time and it worked out fine. I am secretly hoarding it because I don't want it to dry out, but I guess I should probably use it and take my own advice instead of hoarding it. So I'll have to work on that. But I do have that. But this is I believe it is a British product. But I got it from Craft Stash. So you can check my link for that. What else is there in terms of adhesives? I really didn't think I was going to talk about adhesives that long. Oh, spray adhesive. I don't really recommend or use spray adhesives. I do have spray adhesives, The only spray adhesive that I really like is this brand new Pixie spray. There's no odor to it, and it works as a light tack to stick down your stencils, and it's fine. These other elements that I have are this paper finishes easy tack repositional adhesive, stinks to high heaven. It's really bad. And then I haven't used this one in forever. I think when I was using this, the nozzle got kind of clogged. Yeah, I can see it from here. And it made like these oogly booger spots of glue everywhere, and I got really frustrated. So I don't use these. If they're going to be used, they need to be used outside. But I do like the Pixie spray for holding down stencils. Yeah, I know everything's sold out right now. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, Stacy. The nozzle got clogged and it stuck to it. What other adhesives can I try to answer for you guys? Did I cover everything? No, it doesn't stink. It's like silicone, like there really isn't a smell to it. Ukraine glue, oh, hot glue I didn't go over. You know why? I never use hot glue. I know a lot of crafters use hot glue. You can do so many things with. So you can do wax seals with hot glue. Obviously, you can glue with hot glue. To get those stringy things away from hot glue, take your blow dryer to it and it will eliminate those little string things. You can inject them into silicone molds and make little pop out dimensions and paint over them. What else can we do with hot glue? So many things you can do with hot glue. Did you know on the stage of the Phantom of the Opera, they used hot glue around the candlesticks? It was white hot glue to make it look like melted wax. How about that? I don't know, Chow. Send me a picture later what kind you're using. Is it the same one I'm using and it smells? This one? I don't think there's a smell to this. Hold on. Nope. Smells like silicone to me. I'll push that little bead of glue out. There we go. I don't know, Chow. Have you had it a while? I'll have to use it and get back to you on that. Like I said, I only used it one time. I put like a teddy bear card or something together and it had all these different layers to it. Now that I have my scan and cut machine, I'll be able to try it out. Love that thing. Melanie, if I haven't told you lately, I love you. Okay, Chow, I'll try it out for you. Bye, Kim. Have a good night. I would not recommend it, Desiree, because, again, you want to make sure that what you're using is acid-free and, you know, you don't want it warping your paper or being a chemical you're putting on your paper, so I would not recommend that. Yeah, Harry Potter floating candles. Yep. So I wanted to do a class on heat embossing today. What's my... Oh, stop, Stacy. Well, she is for this week, I guess. Not gonna lie. But I wanted to do a class on heat embossing, but we're already past our hour. So you guys tell me, do we want to continue and go into heat embossing? I did not think it was going to be an hour talk of glue. Or do we want to make that tomorrow's subject? You guys let me know. It's 8:20 here Eastern time. I don't have a job to go to tomorrow. So, I mean, I can just keep yapping my gums, but it's up to you guys. Stop. You guys know I love all of you. I make all these beautiful cards so I can send them to you guys. Uh-oh, overglued. Gluey oozy. That's what I was thinking, Stacy, between people like asking questions, making suggestions. Annika, what's up? What's your question? Oh, Carmen, Stacy, I think that's something that may need to be handled there. So, Melanie, I had said about, somebody was asking me questions about the scan and cut. I have a silhouette. Thank you, Stacy. I have a silhouette Cameo 2. And, you know, using Baby Joy, I don't really use it too much. So, you know, when using Baby Joy and the silhouette Cameo 2, someone had asked me some questions about the scan and cut. And I was like, honestly, guys, I don't have a scan and cut. I can't afford to buy one. You know, and I have those two machines, so I don't know that I would need it. And Melanie, out of the goodness of her heart, said, hey, I have an extra one. Would you like it? And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. And so now I have a scan and cut. And so today I was playing around with it, making these beautiful little seahorse die cuts. And I'm in love with it. It's great. It is fabuloso. So I stamped out all of these. These are all the seahorses, and these coral pieces were all stamped and cut out using the scan and cut. So you don't need dies. It scans it and cuts it. And then I find out from my friend Lee that there's so many things you can do with the scan and cut, like SVGs and stuff like that. So now I'm really super excited. And it was really easy to use. That's why I like it. I didn't think so either until I saw the 3 comments when clearly people are saying stuff. So, yeah. TROLL. Yeah, I did, Melanie. Didn't you not see my video? I'm going to make a TikTok video ode to Melanie. Is Chow still here? Chow, I got to tell you a story. So while I was making this, I'm going to show you guys what I did because I'm so embarrassed. Hold on. I'm not going to do it again, but I'll show you what I did. So I was scan and cut all of these. Oh, gotta make my Yupo paper background because, you know, that's what Nancy does. So I get my Yupo paper out and I get out those new alcohol inks that I got yesterday. And of course I get out the Marabou glitter and I got the blending solution out. So I'm unscrewing the lids, blending solution, alcohol inks, alcohol inks, alcohol inks, right? So then I get to this, I unscrew the lid and dump it on my Yupo paper, and poor Leah heard some words out of her mama's mouth that she probably shouldn't have heard. And I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God. Now, I only dumped a little bit. Now that I look at the bottle, I probably panicked more than I should have because it's only a tiny little bit. But in my mind, I was like, no, the liquid gold. So then I didn't have my blower tool out, so I'm like taking the spatula and I'm like going like this and trying to spread it all over so I can get it all over the sheet. I wasn't going to tell you because I was really embarrassed. But now I've learned you don't unscrew the lid, okay? You pop the lid off and you twinkle it on, okay? You don't unscrew the lid. So there's the Nancy story of the day. And I told Stacy earlier, and she's like, did you record that? So when you're using the rainbow ink, I really was like freaking out. I thought it was half the bottle, but now I look at it, it was only a tiny little bit. So that's why these cards are so very vibrant, because I was like all over with the ink. And I think I kind of actually, it was probably just the top part because I don't really see a whole bunch of shimmer in here. It's probably very subtle. But yeah, I did that today. Wait, Bernie's, yours stinks too? I'm going to have to try mine now. You know what? She was like, what happened, Mommy? And I'm like, I dumped the glitter everywhere. Tracy, I found it on Blick for like $4, I think. So I posted it on yesterday's description. Okay, do not twist. Right. Yeah, I think I found it on Blick for a little bit cheaper than it was on Amazon for you guys. Bonnie, it used to be Dick Blick Art Store. They dropped the Dick and kept the Blick. Did I say that too loud and obnoxious? Stacy, when I went online and read the description, it says dauber bottle. So I don't know why it doesn't come with a dauber. I would definitely email them and flip out a little bit. Tracy, that's what I said. I love their prices and I love their products, but I just don't want to wait a month to get my products from them. Denise. Oh, who's Aiden and Oliver? Is that another special friend? Aiden and Oliver, what kind of card making do you do? Yeah, put it in yesterday's link. The foiling, I would not use the anti-static bag, and I will tell you why. Because the anti-static bag has cornstarch in it. So if you use that for foiling, the whole point of having the brush is so that the brush takes the dust off of whatever we're going to foil. And if you use that at cornstarch bag or whatever they have in there, it's going to leave particles on. So do not use the non-stick bag or the EK Success powder tool. You want to either use a Swiffer, a microfiber towel, or one of these. Yeah, that's what I think too, Jan, but I know I got Stacy and Tracy here to take care of that. Scrapbooking made simple, Bernie. good prices, good products, especially like when it comes to hot foiling stuff, but it does take at least 30 days for them to ship and get your stuff. Yeah, Blick online is cheaper. Am I running out of supplies? What, what supplies, Scarlett? Yeah, Stacy, I think they left. I think what is happening, you guys, and... Oh, Tracy took care of it. Thank you. That's why I love you guys. I mean, they could have been legit, but I doubt it. I think I ordered from Joggles one. Oh, I think I got some. I think I got a couple opal polishes from Joggles, like their glitter one. Right, Shannon? It's like Christmas. Aw. Aiden and Oliver. Let me just take care of you. Bye. Bye. That's how we handle you. So I think this is what's happening with that. So yes, we get trolls. First of all, my channel has been picking up thanks to you guys. Much love. We have 200 subscribers away from 15,000. So I'm trying to put together some things so we can do some giveaway prizes when we hit the 15,000. However, because of that, that's why bots are now being attracted to my channel. They're putting nasty messages in my comment fields. If I can catch them, I delete them. Sometimes they get through. But now, so I'm coming up as a suggested channel, which is good because when you guys hit the thumbs up, don't forget to do that today. And when you subscribe, you know, these kinds of things happen. And so we get these little children that's being a suggested video and they have nothing else to do. So they play their little games and come on here and try to get notoriety by trolling. So they can jump back on, but I have Tracy, I have Stacy. When my sister's on here, she takes care of it. And when I see it, bye. So they'll just keep trying to log on under different accounts and then we'll just keep blocking them. Yeah, they're trolls, which is fine. I get it. You know, they can't go around in toilet paper houses now because toilet paper is expensive and they can't go outside and they don't have a life sitting behind computers. So it's fine. So she told me she was doing her nails tonight or something. I don't know. Plus, she's been into this new TV show. She sent me a text to start watching it. She says I talk too much. Psh, please. Yeah, we could send them glitter bombs. Yeah. Keep on going, trolls. We'll find you and we will glitter bomb you. There are some very high people in this group. We will track your IP address to your home address and send you a glitter bomb and film the whole thing and post it all over the internet for more than 15,000 people to see. So come on, you little trolls. What's the worst you're going to do? Give me a thumbs down? Ooh. I don't know. She sent me text. Let me see what show she said. She said, you got to start watching the show. Although The Kingdom series 4 is on. Season 4 of The Kingdom. Oh, Nancy loves that show. If you like Hot Vikings, that would be the show. I can't find her text now. I'll find it and let you guys know. She started watching some new show. I got friends in low places. That's right. What? Let me know, Stacy. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow. We will do heat embossing tomorrow. And you know what I even dug out? This is how committed I was to it. I found old blue. Old blue. That's right. I found old blue. And look at this very, very old embossing pad. So, yeah. Coffee filters. Little spoon. So we'll do embossing tomorrow. Tomorrow night. Okay, bye guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Don't forget the thumbs up on your way out. Vintage. Bye guys, virtual hugs. I'll see you guys later.